budgets to you, you are not aware of their budgets. But I'm in receipt of I have a letter here where you approve a lot of trainings to be conducted. You approve a lot of trainings for them, for the ministry, within their budgets. Will you say it is an oversight that you must have approved the budget without knowing? Talking about budget, Honourable Minister, I have the mutilated budgets here, manually adjusted. In so many instances where trainings per head was estimated to be 150,000, it is alleged that, Honourable Minister, you increase it to 350. All these handwritings were yours. And that was the way they submitted it to the National Assembly. Will you say this is an act of direct interference in the day-to-day activities of the NSIT? Honourable Minister, in your opening speech, I don't know if I'm too fast. In your opening speech, Honourable Minister, you said that because of the past activities of NSITF, you wrote the names of those you think should be members of the new management based on your vision for the agency. But of course, when the approvals came, some of those names were not there, except of course the chairman. Will you say that your anger with them, with this management, is because your nominees were never taken from day one? My friend had asked some questions regarding employment opportunity. Will you say, Honourable Minister, as the Minister of Labour and Employment, saddled with the responsibilities of abdicating and administering justice amongst employers and employees, will you say you have been fair to other sectors of this country where employment of people by NSITF is mainly from Anambra? And when I took a closer look, Honourable Minister, at the nominal roll, I saw about 5 Ngiges. I don't know whether it is a family name or it's a community name. Honourable Minister, you said in your opening speech that I needed to recuse myself because, according to you, I had judged you. We have a letter, Honourable Minister, nominating an insurance broker that is not on the list of accredited brokers by BPP. But the letter was signed by your wife. Will you have advised her to have recused herself from signing such a letter, knowing fully well that she was doing so even though the agency in question is not treasury funded, and directing the agency to use that Star Insurance? Finally, Honourable Minister, as a politician, we all labor for this party, our own party, and apologies to my colleagues who are not from APC. We all labor, and you alluded to it that some of the management staff are also politicians. Will you say it is right, Honourable Minister, to have also castigated them in the media, damaging their reputation, rather than following the process laid down by the Secretary of the Federal Government, for you to have duly taken this action? Honourable Minister, with due apology, I also want to make this statement finally, that you are a former governor by the grace of God. You are also a former senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I also want to ask that you served the first tenure as a minister, now it's your second tenure. Oil Minister, will you say your appointment by Mr. President was based on you being a member of the party or because of your personality or because of your performance for the president at the election? Because I look at the results, I discovered that in your local government, you scored 2,202 for the president, while the PDP scored 17,000 plus. Thank you, that's my question. Thank you.
Who are like my junior brothers, except Faleke, they say it's up to 60, I don't know.
I'm 60 plus.
So you are near my age, but I'm at least 7 years older than you, I'm sure. I'm the same age with your mentor in Lagos, Asiwaju. And I was governor with him at the same time. He was a senator, I was a senator. I'm a two-time minister, he's not a two-time minister.
But he won all his elections very well.
No problem about that. Just like you won your own in Kogi State very well.
Yes.
And you are now the deputy governor and governor of Kogi State.
Mr. Minister, please respond.
I'm responding, my friend. If you have me, I have 10 times.
I won.
I'm a Lagos boy. I'm a Lagos boy. You are just a small boy in Lagos. Look at this boy. Mushin boy is talking to a BI boy. I live in Pretoria Island. Look at Mushin boy. From Tokyo. Yeah, Boroko, just go. I don't get time for you. Kilo share. My brother who worked in the civil service, you will not pity me. Some of us who are in the civil service, you started with spelling mistake. I correct spelling mistakes every day. Don't do so. I correct every day. Yes. Even when permanent secretaries has vetted. Ask people in my ministry, they say, oh, this organ don't send things for him. He will start correcting spelling mistake and bringing it back. I do. And so what has happened in SGF's office, you don't blame the SGF. He's a very, very busy person. You can see he's the one doing COVID. As a matter of fact, ministers have raised it with the SGF that letters to us will be personally signed by him. That's what it's supposed to be. If you see the one of Chief of Staff, he signs our letters. So the spelling mistake, they have a representative here. He will carry the message back. The original is here to be cited as requested. It's here. Maybe this position you are talking about is not here, which I think you are in order to appoint that with your ego eye. This is the original.
You see, by the ingenuity of parliamentary procedures, we managed to get the original from you.
No. I just gave you the copy. I told you I have the original.
You know, in every business there's a trick.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have given us this copy.
But you can see that even the spelling mistake is in that one too. So the original doesn't remove your spelling mistake.
Foreign Minister, if I were SGF, I would not accept this permanent secretary to send that letter to you.
He's going in September. Give me benefit of the doubt. He's tired.
I'm telling you.
The man is tired.
It's the most senior permanent secretary in service.
It is. GSO is number one. Number one.
He will make mistake on a letter. Before he will sign, he will correct it. And he will send it to a cabinet minister.
I agree. I'll bring it to their attention. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Okay. Secretariat.
Yes. You are cited.
Secretariat. So we'll keep this copy.
No, Honorable. We have reached an agreement. I will get you I'll get you your own copy. And I'll get you a copy certified. I'll stamp it, certified.
We don't need a certified copy.
Which one do you need now?
We'll get this copy from the
No. I have a boss. I'll get his permission. Madam Chair, can you give Secretary to give me back now? No. The photocopy I sent. Because you see, Honorable has said that they have a lot of tricks in their bank.
Mr. Honorable Minister, you provided a witness, you tendered a document.
Don't worry now.
You don't have authority to withdraw it.
I have assured you, don't worry.
No.
I'm a man of honor, don't worry, I belong here. Don't worry. Chairman.
When we've given you back the original copy, is it?
No, Chairman, if you don't want to write that I tendered, it's fine. But give me back this. Yes.
Would it be accepted or noted by the committee that we did not see you did not present any supporting document
later, that I will
to show that Honorable Minister, the crux of this investigation is to ensure that there were procedural compliance. While we are going through your documents and documentations and presentations, the approval from the President is the only thing you have on hand. You have suspended them.
Take me for my word that before Thursday I will give you a communication on this.
That's illegal, and the procedure leading to the suspension of the management of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF, claiming the suspension was in breach of the NSITF Act. Meanwhile, a mild drama ensued at the ad hoc committee hearing set up to investigate the flaunting of the Act when Minister of Labour, Ngige, and the lawmaker representing Ikeja Federal Constituency, Lagos State, James Faleke, exchanged words. Minister Ngige queries Honorable Faleke's age, saying he was on the same level with the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, and that aside from being age mates with the former Lagos State governor, that they had the same political achievements. But I saw that video yesterday and I watched it over and over again, and I had to play back what happened. So I got the materials of what happened. Faleke had come out with a lot of testimony and this thing against Ngige, the allegations and the questions they wanted Chris Ngige to answer. And for Chris Ngige to start his defense, that is the way he started his defense. And a lot of Nigerians will see that what has Bola Tinubu got to do in all this?
Yes, the truth is, he was trying to respond to Faleke's remarks that given his poor performance in the 2019 and 2015 election in Anambra State, that did he really deserve to be rewarded with that ministerial appointment? Ordinarily, it shouldn't have been part of the questions that Faleke will ask, because the issue at stake was much more serious than that. Sometimes when you ask questions like this, you tend to encourage those who have no desire to address the issues at stake to then begin to chase shadows and leave in the substance. So that was Faleke's fault. Faleke ought not to have brought that question. He had enough questions based on the legal moves that the minister had made in respect of the NSCI to have focused solely on that. So that provoked him. But then, if Ngige had read the 48 laws of power, he will have encountered the fourth law, which states clearly that a good politician should not say much more than necessary. A good politician must say less than necessary. which means make your point. Don't talk too much. If you are a politician, you cannot keep your tongue in check. Because these tongues of ours, you know, it behaves like it is in a cage, seeking for freedom. Before you know it, your tongue will put you in trouble. And that's what Ngige has done. Ngige had no reason to bring Asiwaju Bola Tinubu into the picture. Respond to the allegations. If you've done what is right, respond. These guys are saying the NSTI, you breached the NSTIF Act. They are saying that you disobeyed presidential directive. Respond to that. Because you cannot, it's like you are punching above your weight by trying to compare yourself with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Where do you start from? You are a politician without mentees. I've never had anybody who said, I owe everything that I am today in politics to Chris. You can't win an election. So the election, the most famous election, he calls himself a former governor. But constitutionally, he was not a governor. In other climes, Chris Ngige will be in prison by now for conspiring with Chris Uba to rig an election. That's treason. In other countries, it's treason. He will be cooling his feet in prison.
2003.
But it is on the basis of the fraudulent election that he rigged, and then the appeal court took it from him and gave it to the real winner of the election. Peter Obi is that same one that is still calling himself. And he knows, yes, he's a medical doctor, he probably knows little or nothing about law. But he should know that by law, he is not recognized as a governor, not a former governor. By law, is deemed not to have even...
Governor ab initio.
Yes. You can't place something on nothing. You are not a governor. It's as simple as that. It's like when you impeach someone and the Supreme Court said, no, that impeachment was wrong. It is deemed like the impeachment never existed.
Exercise of futility.
Yes. So you are not a governor, Dr. Chris Ngige. You are not a governor. Whatever you did that, I don't want to talk about Okija swearing on oath at Okija going, being kidnapped,
Signing
going down
documents
into history as the first governor to be kidnapped while in office. We don't want to go into that because we would then begin to talk about Chris Uba and his brother and their years of infamy in Anambra State. But the truth is, Chris Ngige cannot now say, many people said, oh, he was not abusing Tinubu, he was just, he was cracking a joke.
Expensive.
He even sees himself as superior to Asiwaju because he said, I've been a two-time minister. He has never been a minister. Tinubu does not need to be a minister. He is contented with making other people vice president, making other people minister, making other people presidents. He has produced, he not only had 2 terms, where Ngige could not get even finish a term because he was removed
for the same position twice after.
Ngige, and he was defeated by a little-known politician, Ekwenefe.
Yes.
Ngige could not even win senatorial election.
Yes.
Tinubu not only became governor for 2 terms, he succeeded in installing 3 governors. How many? When you are talking about politics, no. What you want to talk about Anambra again? I said Tinubu not only served 2 terms.
Okay.
He installed 3 governors in Lagos State.
Back to back.
Yes. He not only became governor, he installed. He made other people governors. Ngige should show us the people that he had installed. Have you ever seen anybody who came out to say, Ngige is my mentor. He made me who I am politically. He helped me to win election. He must first win election for himself. I know that even this, because everything that is going to Anambra is the one who colobis. We are waiting. He may want to contest even for governor again.
Governorship election.
Because it seems that even in the APC, they see him as the only person who is there for that place. The president is the arrowhead of the president's campaign in the southeast. Yet he could not help the president get more than 5%. The president What did the president get in the whole of the South? Not even talking about Anambra, his home state. That's the point that Faleke wanted to make. There's no basis for comparison. No, absolutely no basis. This person is not your mate politically.
At all.
He's only in Nigeria. Whatever it is that Faleke has said, it is only in Nigeria that an appointed person will be intimidating an elected person. It doesn't happen elsewhere. You are just an appointee as minister. You are intimidating somebody who has been elected again and again and again. It's only in Nigeria that it happens. You're saying that, so Ngige was a federal worker, a federal medical doctor. That was why he was fortunate to live in 1004. Okay. When he said, yes.
Okay, that story of
when he said, oh,
from Lagos
I'm from Lagos. Not that he built a house there. He was just fortunate to be a staff of the Federal Ministry of Health. And then he lived in 1004. So, many people can be fortunate to live in 1004 Victoria Island anywhere, even in Megad. But you don't then come and use that to boast that someone is from Mushin. Somebody who has never lived in Mushin. All his life has been living in Ikeja.
Constituency.
Yes. He's living in Ikeja. And he's won election. And he said something that irritated me. He said, from Kogio, this is Lagos. The people of Lagos, whether you are an Ebira man or Jebu, or even an Igbo man, we've seen Odimugu is from the east. He won elections here. They may not be able to do it in Anambra, but in Lagos, they are cosmopolitan, they are extremely receptive, they are sophisticated, they are prepared to vote for you, no matter where you come from. So, sneering and speaking in a contemptuous manner that from Kogio, meaning that Faleke ought not to have been elected there. No, the people of Lagos will not listen to you. They are different. If you merit it, they will vote for you. That's where Lagos is different. Many of the people from who won elections here, they are either from Ogun State or other states.
Yeah. Mayor Akikbelu, okay, Mayor, we're trying to get connection with a mayor. And in the midst of these brickbats, we are looking at even, the allegations against him. And the people that the House of Rep now saying that it should just reverse.
No, the president should reverse.
Yes.
That is the thing. You see, some ministers are clearly misbehaving. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Either due to inefficient monitoring, ministers are misbehaving. You can see what is going on in the NDDC. I said at the beginning that the president was wrong by allowing the Ministry of Niger Delta to supervise the NDDC. What have we gained from that? They are sharing 1.4 billion to themselves during COVID. And those who got little were getting as much as 600,000. Does it make any sense? Those who got little getting as much as 600,000. Is that supervision? You came into a place purportedly to reform the place, to clean up the stable. And what did you do? You tried to trump those who did it, those who looted earlier. It makes no sense. When they were even probing you, during the heat of the probe, you still managed to take more than 19 billion out of the place. Will the president sit down and be convinced that he took the right decision by saying that Niger Delta Ministry should go and supervise the NDDC? And at the end of what did we see? You accuse House of Reps members of being the greatest beneficiaries of contracts. They gave you 48 hours to produce the names of those who got contracts. With your tail in between your legs, you could not do that. You now claim that was not what you said. Something that you said that we had with our Korokoro eyes, we were watching you, you said it. You said, no, that was not what you said.
Nigeria politicians.
The things that are happening, many of us God spare our lives, but I'm convinced that those children will not believe. Our grandchildren, if we tell them that some of these things happen in our time, in our country,
it will be difficult to believe.
They will say, no, it's a lie. They will say, no, it's a lie. It's just like my mom's last born. One day now, he saw in those days, my mom used to write down everything that she wanted to buy in the market. And she saw that my mom was going to the market. All of what she wanted to buy amounted to 11 naira. He said, no, how can mommy go to market with 11 naira? But my dad will insist, write what you want to buy. You want to buy 2 kilos of meat, put it there. Everything that the old woman went to market to buy amounted to 11 naira. They won't believe.
Like a fairy tale. In
a country where it is now 472 naira to the dollar, the currency in a free fall.
Akibalu, what do you make of the brickbats between Dr. Chris Ngige and Honorable Faleke?
I think I want to align with what Ngige has said. Part of the problems that we have is that we want to practice democracy, but we don't want to follow the tenets of democracy, because the parliament plays a major role in democracy. And apart from making laws, one of the things expected of the parliament is oversight functions, so that they can put the executive in check. So if the parliament summon a minister and asks questions on behalf of the Nigerian people, to ask the minister to explain decisions that were taken, which may not be in the interest or which will not be for the public good, instead of the minister to concentrate on explaining to the House of Representatives why those decisions were taken, rather he decided to dwell on stupid things that I think should not be an issue. You don't start saying that, oh, you are comparing yourself to somebody that you believe is the mentor of the person asking you a question. It is not done. And part of the problem that we have is that our leaders just think they can do whatever they like. They don't take the assembly seriously. They don't think they are accountable to anybody. They say things without checking things that they were saying. And it's so sad, because how can a minister that was supposed to answer an important question be saying that, oh, he's a VI boy, it's a VI boy, somebody is a motion boy, or he's a two-time, he was a governor, those things are irrelevant. What is important is for you to explain decisions that were taken which the assembly believes were not properly taken. So that's what I think we should look at. Our ministers have to be serious in what they say or do.
You know, what do we expect of Chris Ngige now?
I don't know. It looks to me like a Freudian slip. You know, when you're talking about the Jekyll and Hyde theory, that human beings have split identity. Sometimes what we want to say is not what exactly comes out of our mouth, but it reflects our inner thinking. Great. That seems to me like what has happened. Is there some form of envy,
jealousy,
that suddenly came out? Some form of envy of the Jagaban that suddenly came out? Because there's absolutely no basis for this. This is a man who had backed you all the way. Even when you won election against the great NAFDAC DG, it was this man. When Obasanjo moved against you, Obasanjo sided with the people who kidnapped you as a sitting governor. This was the man who felt, this is the person that we need to help. We need to rehabilitate him. He brought you out of political dungeon and elevated you to national prominence. Because without these appointments here and there, you have no political strength. You have no political strength. You can't point to, you can look at Tinubu and say, okay, this is his constituency. This area is a no-go area for anyone. He will always win elections here. Can you say the same of the man from Anambra?
From his constituency.
They're always defeating you in your base. Always defeating you. So you don't have non-political strength. You can't match the man in terms of his political sagacity. It's like a boxer whom by weight belongs to the bantam weight class and chooses to go and fight a cruiserweight champion.
Sustain big injuries.
No, you can even lose your life. We've seen boxers die in the ring. You don't punch above your weight. Fight in your own weight category. Go and fight against people like Ekwenefe, who defeated you the other day.
Victor Ume.
Okay, people like Victor Ume.
Those
are your age mates. When we are talking about politics today in our country, in terms of sagacity, in terms of extensive contacts, this man has assisted people to prominence beyond even his geopolitical zone. That is a fact. I know the late Inu Abdul Kadri, for example, the Sokoto man, was Asiwaju's boy. If I can describe him as a boy, because now, from Ngige's definition now, a 61-year-old man is a boy. Faleke is 61-year-old. So if someone who is 7 years older than me can be described as a boy, what will he call me? And he will call me an infant. So the thing is, but the issue is the president, going back to getting down to brass tacks, the president can't be rewarding loyal party men and women with board appointments. And ministers will now come because their own loyalists are not among those people. They will now be chasing those people away. You know that this same Dr. Chris Ngige fought with the then chairman of the party.
Okay, Adams
Oshiomhole, over this board issue because he did not want to even inaugurate the board. He did not want to inaugurate the board. These are the ways by which these people undermine their own party without knowing it. They undermine the president without knowing it, with their unbridled arrogance. This is what they are doing. You are hurting the party. When the president decides to reward people who have worked for the party, then you go there, you go and chase them away. And you don't even have the power. The acts establishing the NSTIF does not give you the power. And they accused you, all kinds of accusations they made against you. Sometimes you can't even bring document to explain why you took certain decisions. And they are patient with you. All you can do now is compare yourself to the man in Lagos, who is now the reference point in Nigerian politics, whether we like it or not. Awolowo was like that. Awolowo was like that, and on his birthday, IBB said, "You are the factor in Nigerian politics." That was how he described Awolowo. Why did he say that? When everybody talks, when people talk about politics in Nigeria, it's Awo that they talk about. He was not the president, but you can hardly say anything about politics in our country without referring to him. That was why IBB described him as the factor in Nigerian politics. Tinubu has reached that level now. Whether you are in the PDP or in the APC, he has friends. I know the way someone like you were at that press conference where Fayose was almost going to kill himself because he felt within the APC they were marginalizing Asiwaju, and he said, if you people touch him, it is the Yoruba race that you have touched. They are in different parties. People like Wike, they can abuse people the way they like. How many times do you see them abusing Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Tell me whether you've ever had Wike. He can abuse other people, abuse the president, how many times has he taken on the man? So this is the thing. The person that Ngige chose to compare himself with is not in the same class.
It's inferiority complex.
Purely an envy, a combination of inferiority complex and envy. But he will not confess to people that that is what triggered what he didn't want to say that came out suddenly from his mouth. But this is the thing. He's not your mate politically. We are historians. We can prove it. We can do psychoanalysis of your being and show clearly this is where you belong. You don't even have political strength. You don't have political strength.
Yes, please.
What's the way forward now?
Yeah, I think the minister should do the needful. He has been summoned to explain things, decisions that were taken, and I think he should concentrate on that instead of trying to tell us, trying to arrogate himself the influence that he does not have. Like Ngige said, even in Anambra State, he cannot claim to have been very successful. The governorship I won was said not to be right by the court, and the only election that he won as a senator was the only thing that he can flaunt. As full-time minister, the luck that he has is that PDP is the dominant party in Anambra State, and he is seen as is one of the first few people from the Southeast that was in APC, so he benefited from that. So I think he should just say the thing, because the things that Faleke said that you have to look at. Faleke used the issue that there was evidence that he was getting involved in day-to-day running of NSITF, which is not supposed to be so. His own is supposed to be the supervisory ministry, so he's not supposed to get involved with day-to-day running of the agency. Secondly, Faleke said that in the appointments that were made, that majority of those people that were appointed came from Anambra State, which is wrong, and that even some of them a lot of them have Ngige. I don't know whether it's a communal name or they are from the same family. So he should talk about NSITF. Why is not allowing the board to do things? Why is suspended the board without approval from the president? And he should do what is right. We are not interested in him comparing himself with who he thinks is his mate in politics. I don't think so.
All right.
Good morning.